Alright guys, we got some seriously bad news. And when I say bad news, I'm talking the baddest of bad news. So, now, a lot of people bring this up. Omar Kelly brought up a good point. I think this needs to be heard when we bring up the story. So, that came out today. The Pro Football Focus reported that the Eagles are going to make a hard run at Kenny Stills. Now, before we get into this whole deal, it's important to note, Omar Kelly brought up a great point about this. It's actually pretty crucial to this. Kenny Stills has worked really hard his whole career, and this is how he feels. This is how Kenny feels, which is how any human being would feel ever. He's worked really hard. He's young. He wants to test free agency market and get what is his. Now, that's fine, right? That's totally fine, unless we can somehow lock him up before that. That's fine. I understand Kenny's point of view in that. If I was him, I would do the same thing. So that's an important thing to this whole puzzle here, right? So obviously the Philadelphia Eagles situation, they have a terrible receiving core. They really don't have anybody who can take the lid off of the top. They have Nelson Aguilar, who's been a bust, he's had a better season this past year. Jordan Matthews is by far their best receiver. They got a Darrell Green Beckham in a draft from the Tennessee Titans, or in a trade. So they have problems there, and the nightmare scenario would be, you got a guy in Kenny, he's young, he's worked hard, like that report from Omar Kelly, he wants to test the free agency market. You have that kind of mentality going into free agency. Hopefully we can lock him up before this happens. The worst case scenario for the Miami Dolphins is the Philadelphia Eagles offer this guy max money, not like ridiculous max money, but max contract. It's gonna be a long-term thing. It's gonna pay him well. It's gonna pay him. Let's say it pays him like a number one guy, right? That's not good. That is not good. I don't think first of all, as fans, as a GM or as a fan, we both know if we're paying anybody like a number one guy, it's Jarvis. It's definitely not going to be Kenny. That's not a good thing. And it is really upsetting that this news is coming out. Like I said, man, you can't fault Kenny for this, because if this, let's just say this does happen, worst case scenario, he does hit the free agency market, the Eagles, desperate for a wide receiver, they make a hard run at him, like I said, they offer him a long-term contract, which is what Kenny wants. He worked hard for it. He wants to be paid. If somebody offers you that much money, you want to get paid. That is the worst case scenario for the Miami Dolphins. Is it possible that we can lock him up before free agency hits? Yes, it is. How that's going to happen, I don't know, and it's looking more like it's not going to happen. Having the report from Omar Kelly about, yeah, this is how he feels about the situation, and now that we get the news about the Philadelphia thing, so there is a place in the market that wants him, that is willing to pay him that much money, that is a real life scenario that can happen, and very well might happen. It's very upsetting for any Dolphins fan. So I just wanted to let you guys know this. I think it's very important. It was just a quick news update. And I am SHAREfactory, and I will see you guys in the next one.